my dear friends. First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity to present my paper over here. So, finally we came in the discussion of environment, जो कल से हम सुनते आ रहे हैं. Everybody in this whole campus, I think, whoever is present in front of me, I know they all are facing somehow the problem of pollution. ये आप यहाँ से निकलो, घर जाओ, आप वापस आओ, you will face lots of pollution over there. तो इसको ख़त्म करने का सॉल्यूशन, सबसे पहले प्रॉब्लम ये आता है कि इस प्रॉब्लम को समझे कैसे, क्योंकि हमें ऐसा लगता है कि प्रॉब्लम ये जो माइनर्स मूव कर रहे हैं, ये जो डंपर्स मूव कर रहे हैं, हॉलेज रोड या फिर वो अनपेव्ड रोड हो या फिर ड्रिलिंग हो, ब्लास्टिंग हो, सॉवलिंग हो, तो हमें ऐसा लगता है कि ये सब मिलके कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं और इनके वजह से माइन के आसपास जितने भी रीजन हैं उसमें पॉल्यूशन हो रहे हैं. पर अगर जो ग्रेटर लेवल पे देखा जाए, ये है हमारा रीज़न. मैं निगाही को इसलिए चूज़ किया हूँ क्योंकि एक्चुअली आई एम वर्किंग ऑन ऑल दोज माइंस, बट निगाही को इसलिए चूज़ किया क्योंकि व्हेन आई कलेक्टेड ऑल द मेट्रोलॉजिकल डाटा, देन आई फाउंड दैट कि निगाही में जो डिफरेंसेस और मिसिंग डाटा बहुत कम थे. दैट्स व्हाई आई हैव चोजन दिस माइंड टू टेल यू दैट हाउ वी आर वर्किंग टू कर्ब द पोल्यूशन और सो दैट वी कैन बेनिफिट ऑल दोज पीपल एट द ग्राउंड लेवल. So first of all, I also want to congratulate NCL कि they have reached a very great milestone they have achieved finally. But one thing that I have heard somewhere that great power come with great responsibility. So okay, we are of course we are doing very good, but we should think about of the people around this place who are working at very ground level. कहीं ना कहीं हम लोग सब इन सब चीज़ से affected हैं. So let's start this presentation, and I won't take much of your time. I will complete in 10 minutes, or less than 10 minutes. So these are my objectives. This is just a part of my whole project.
Please discuss the conclude part here.
Okay, sir. So this is the methodology. The methodology is first of all I collected the meteorological data and mine data from all the mines. Then what I have done, I have created an actually AirMod is a worldwide software that is using at everywhere around the globe to calculate the ground level concentration. So होता ये है कि the AirMod basically based on Gaussian plume equation, जो हम लोग यूज़ करके किसी एक पॉइंट पे हम कंसंट्रेशन निकाल सकते हैं, लेकिन एयर मोड को यूज़ करके हम पूरे एरिया का कंसंट्रेशन एक बार में निकाल सकते हैं. इससे हम आराम से ये पता कर सकते हैं कि कौन सा प्लेस ज़्यादा पॉल्यूटेड है, कौन सा प्लेस में हमको फोकस करने की ज़रूरत है. इंस्टेड ऑफ मूविंग द फॉग कैनन और वाटर स्प्रिंकलर ऑल अराउंड द सिटी, वी नीड टू मूव ऑन दोज प्लेसेस विच इज़ मोर अफेक्टेड फ्रॉम द पॉल्यूशन. उसके लिए हमें विंड डायरेक्शन, विंड वेलोसिटी को समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है. तो इसमें होता ये है कि विंटर, समर, मानसून में तो हम देख रहे हैं जैसे ये जो विंड है जो नॉर्थ वेस्ट डायरेक्शन की तरफ जा रहा है, ये क्या करता है कि पॉल्यूशन को उस डायरेक्शन में पुश करता है. जो ये बल्लभ पंत सागर की तरफ से ये जो वाटर बॉडी है उसके तरफ से ये एयर मूव करता है और सारे पॉल्यूशन को ड्रैग करता है टुवर्ड नॉर्थ ईस्ट. लेकिन पोस्ट मानसून सीजन में क्या होता है, एक अलग सा विंड आता है जो कि आपका ईस्ट नॉर्थ ईस्ट के डायरेक्शन से आता है. वो क्या करता है कि इस पूरे पॉल्यूशन को एक जगह पे रोक देता है. सो इंस्टेड ऑफ मूविंग आउट, वो एक जगह पे ऐसे सेग्रीगेट हो जाते हैं जिसकी वजह से वहाँ का पॉल्यूशन लेवल बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा हाई हो जाता है. सो ये 4 पोजीशन है निगाही मॉनिटरिंग स्टेशन जहाँ पे वो मॉनिटर करते हैं. तो हमने ये पाया कि पोस्ट मानसून में जो PM10 है वो एवरेज एनुअल 300 म्यूजी पर मीटर क्यूब जा रहा है, जो कि नेक्स्ट के स्टैंडर्ड से बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा है, सेम एज PM2.5. तो हमें सबसे पहले प्रॉब्लम का पता लगाना है कि ये क्या हो रहा है. तो ये मेरा मॉडलिंग का पूरा पार्ट था. ये मेरा मॉडलिंग जो मैंने किया उसके बाद मुझे पता चला. फिर अब MOEF के तरफ से क्वेश्चन ये उठा कि अगर जो आप मॉडलिंग कर रहे हो तो ये मॉडलिंग कितना हद तक सही है. उसको करने के लिए फिर मैंने क्या किया कि CAQMS डाटा और मॉनिटरिंग डाटा और यहाँ से जो मैंने मॉडल किया तीनों डाटा को मैंने वैलिडेट किया. वैलिडेट करने के बाद मुझे ये पता चला कि एयर मॉड का जो वैल्यू है और जो CAQMS का वैल्यू है वो बेस्ट फिट मॉडल आया, जिसके वजह से हम इस पूरे एयर मॉड सिस्टम को हर जगह पे यूज़ करके पूरे सिंगरौली में उन सब चीज़ों का पता लगा सकते हैं और उन सब जगहों का पता लगा सकते हैं जहां सबसे ज़्यादा पोल्यूशन है, जिसके वजह से हम ऑप्टिमाइज कर सकते हैं वाटर का यूज़, फॉग कैनन का यूज़ और वाटर स्प्रिंकलर का यूज़। थैंक यू।
Okay, nice presentation regarding different indexes for monitoring of environment parameters. Thank you. Our next author is from Sashan Coalfields Limited regarding monsoon preparation and precaution against danger of inundation from surface water.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. So much for giving this opportunity. I am Madhya Kumar Verma from Sashan Coal Mines. Let me start from my presentation. My presentation is on monsoon preparation and precaution against danger of inundation from surface water and its mitigative measures we have adopted in our Sashan Coal Mines. Why monsoon preparation is required? Because this area, Sashan Coalfield area, is basically of 220 kilometers square, spread over 220 kilometers square kilometer. In this area, seasonal water bodies are more dangerous than the perennial one. Sudden rise of water level due to heavy rainfall cause rain cuts in embankments and dump areas, and inrush of water flow in general mine area, working areas. So what is the result of heavy rainfall? It threats on the coal production and endanger our coal sustainability and massive contribution in our slope failure. So it is necessary to have a deep understanding and way of mitigation the effect of rainfall for so safe coal extraction process. This is our mines cross section. Here you can see Here it is our mine cross section area in which you can see the internal dumping and dragline dumping and coal bench and OB bench, which is handled by a shovel dumper and coal by FEL, and the interburden between the Pureva and Pura coal is handled by dragline, and the rest of the things is backfill dump and dragline dumping. In Singrauli coalfield, average rainfall is around 1218 mm of water in the monsoon for the whole year, and which is about 75% of precipitation during rainy season. And the average air velocity is around 13 km per hour. And the wind flowing direction is around east-southeast in the major period of the year. The recorded rainfall are shown in the given figure. Here you can see the last 4-year rainfall measurement of our coalfield. Here you can see why it is required. In the monsoon season, coal winning and OB handling becomes an arduous task. Due to this reason, deterioration in coal quality because of silts and water working below the water table needs a heavy dewatering arrangements, water logging, increase in risk and stability of dump, and then obviously mine hauling system and embankment safety of there is breaching of gabion wall, retaining wall, and water drains. We have come with 8 conceptual techniques which help our Sashan coal mines to overcome this problem. Like first one is contour mapping, and we will go through one by one topic. First one is contour mapping. This is the preliminary step for monsoon preparation, and actually it starts from the pre-monsoon activity. We are having image processing scanner to create a digital terrain of model. This helps to know the inclination of the body or the topography, and where we have to divert the water. It will help in every single moment of the activity. Enhancing precision by regular updation of geological model, as we are having 11 number of faults and maximum having through of 50 meter which requires a regular model updating. Second one is through sim blasting for some preparation, as we are working in below the water table level, so that it is very required to how to handle the water below the water table. So we come up with this solution through sim blasting, in which we have a parting between in which we are having two sims, just like I earlier said. We have Pureva sim and Turra sim. For making it possible, we blast through in one go. We blast two type of different material. Like first one is coal, and the second one is OB beneath the Turra floor. And by different charging techniques, we have achieved this situation कि हम कोल को easily extract कर सकते हैं through coal sim through sim blasting. Next one is silt settling pond. We have created one silt settling pond beneath the dump. तो इससे क्या होता है कि the silt is coming from the haul road, comes and collected to the silt settling pit, and जो भी उसका overflowing water होता है, it will come out with the normal drain, and we divert it to the mine water channel. Next one is haul road and haul road ramp drain. Here you can see the cross section in which dump is coming from upside, and here first one is the drain, and second one is the culvert. Whatever the water coming from the slope and the tire come into the drain, and number of drains connected with the culvert, and this culvert is connected to the other side of the haul road, so that the water from the tire and the slopes can be easily managed with this type of arrangement. And for haul road, we use a cross gradient type of thing, so that the water already flow in its gradient and come out to the drain or the other side of the mines. Here you can see the cross section of the mines, where we use for dragline peak. Here you can see the dragline peak, and from this dragline handling position, we used to expose the Turra coal seam by the dragline, where we left no coal trench, which is basically a no rib area, where this no coal trench is prepared by the dragline itself, so that the water coming from the dragline peak area come to the no coal trench, and we can easily divert that water to the main sump and extract it out through the various pipe arrangements. Next, for the shovel dump, where we are having 5 numbers of tires, so that in each tire we prepare bottom drain and bottom crest and siphon arrangement. I will show in the next slide, so that the water coming from the tire and the slope come to the siphon or come to the drain, and it divert to the bottom area or low lying area, so that it divert to the main drainage system of the mines. Here you can see the siphon. Basically, a siphon is a tank or a reservoir constructed in the dump. You can see a pit, or we can see a tank reservoir here, in which the water coming from the slope or the tire come to the that siphon, and there is having one HDPE arrangement. There may be 2 or 3 pipes arrangement, and this arrangement, when the silt coming from the slope or the tire, it's collected down to the siphon, and the overflowing water is coming out from the HDPE pipe, and it can be easily handled by the main pumping system. This helps in low possibility of water logging, whereas it is very it can be constructed in the non-active area, so that there will be no need or minimum need of surveillance, and it protects our dump from the rain cut, which is the major which is generally majorly shown in this area. Here you can see the culvert. As I was earlier told you, that culvert is just connecting of drains, and it come out and it collects silt, and the water, overflowing water, just to be drain out to the another side of the haul road or mine. This is the pumping arrangement system which we use in dragline. This pumping arrangement system actually handles 20 hectare of mines, means so 20 hectare surface area of mine. Here
Please
you-
conclude the part. Conclude the
Yes.
part.
From this all arrangements, from this shown 8 techniques, we have achieved our coal production in very regular manner in the rainy season or the monsoon season, which and achieved our minimum loss in OB, is in maintaining the haul roads and avoid major cuts in the dump, leads to continuity of our coal production, and enhance our discharge capacity in peak monsoon by 1800 to 2700 cubic meter hour per hour. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good presentation regarding monsoon preparation in open cast mines, which is the very important subject and a very important activity to maintain the production level in monsoon season. So thank you. Our next author is again from Sashan Coalfields Limited, Amit Kumar, regarding Sashan Coal Mine, a technical roadmap for haul road dust suppression, minimize dust generation.
Thank you very much, sir. Can I have the presentation of dust suppression, please? Good afternoon, Chairman, sir, and respected all the delegates present here. Myself, Amit Kumar, Manager Business Optimization and Control. I will be presenting how, as in Sasan coal mines, we optimized our water sprinkler utilization and decreased our haul road dust generation. It is a particular case of our Sasan coal mines, and it was done under the guidance of Rishi Srivastava sir, Agent of Mines, Mr. Venu sir, GM Water Management, Sudhanshu sir, Business Development Head, and myself. As we all know, the major dust generation source in our open cast mines are drilling, blasting and hauling systems. There are only two ways we can reduce it, either suppress it and not let it airborne, or we can equip our manpowers with proper PPEs. The problem we faced was as our mines was advancing, and it's now been 11 years in operation. Our haul road is also increasing day by day, year on year, and we have only 5 number of water tankers of 70 KL capacity, and they each one has crossed their running period of 25,000 running hours, and with this aging we have a problem of availability. We had current availability of 40% of water tankers in our mines, which was not enough obviously to fulfill our water road requirements. Also we have zero water discharge policy at our mines. This is our water sprinkler. It has a water sprinkling length up to 11 kilometer. It can discharge 70 KL in 25 minutes. We have 5 numbers. They are working currently right now with a 40% availability. And in next we can see that we have 3 reservoirs in our mines. These are our mines schematic diagram. We have at the south end, we have one at the north end, and we have at the mid pit section. With this, the water filling locations we had only 3 points at our mines. So our dumpers had to the idle empty running and idle full running was very high of our water tankers. So we had decided that we will come up with a plan to bring water reservoir to our water sprinklers. In that pursuit, we made our water reservoirs at the dump bottoms, dump tops. इससे क्या हुआ, डंप टॉप में बनाने का मोटिव ये था कि water sprinklers should fill their water tanks at the dump top, and gradually they will go down the gradient and water sprinkle the haul roads by using retarding system, and all the dump top water reservoirs were recharged from the bottom water reservoirs of greater capacity. Here you can see the we had 5 number of dump tops and 4 number of water recharging ponds, and this is the construction method of our construction of dump top water reservoirs. For 400 cubic meter was the top one, and 1400 cubic meter was the bottom recharging intermediate reservoirs. We had to compact the ground. We had used RRM, then a coping was done of 50 mm thickness, and finally we had to lay 40 by 30 meter HDPE pipe of 500 micron. And to show this all, I have a short animated video. So can you play the video, please? Thank you. So you can play directly from there. Direct video, not from this slide.
मोहेर एवं मोहेर अमलोरी एक्सटेंशन ओपनकास्ट प्रोजेक्ट रिलायंस शासन कोल माइंस में आपका हार्दिक स्वागत है। साथियों, हमारी माइंस का खनन क्षेत्र समय के साथ साथ बड़ा होता गया एवं माइंस में हॉल रोड की कुल लंबाई लगभग 25 किलोमीटर हो गया है। किसी भी ओपनकास्ट माइन के हॉल रोड पर चलने वाली बड़ी बड़ी मशीनों के चलने से भारी मात्रा में डस्ट उत्पन्न होती है, जिससे माइंस में दृश्यता अत्यंत ही कम हो जाती है। इस वजह से माइंस में चलने वाली छोटी बड़ी गाड़ियों को चलाना अत्यंत ही खतरनाक हो जाता है। माइंस में दृश्यता कम होने के कारण दुर्घटना की संभावनाएं लगातार और ज्यादा बढ़ जाती है, और माइंस में काम करने वाले कर्मचारियों को भी डस्ट से खतरनाक बीमारी होने की खतरा बढ़ जाता है, क्योंकि माइंस में हॉल रोड निरंतर बदलता रहता है। इससे फिक्स्ड वाटर स्प्रिंकलर नहीं लगाया जा सकता। इसका एकमात्र कारगर उपाय वाटर स्प्रिंकलर से हॉल रोड पर पानी का छिड़काव ही है। माइंस में डस्ट को कम करने के लिए हमारे पास BML द्वारा निर्मित 5 वाटर स्प्रिंकलर है। इन्हीं वाटर स्प्रिंकलर से हॉल रोड पर हम पानी का छिड़काव करते हैं, मगर समय के साथ माइंस में हॉल रोड की लंबाई बढ़ने से इन वाटर स्प्रिंकलर से पानी का छिड़काव करना अत्यंत ही मुश्किल हो गया था, क्योंकि हॉल रोड की लंबाई टॉप तक पहुंचने, जो लगभग 470 RL तक है, पहुंचना बहुत ही कठिन कार्य था, जिससे हमारे वाटर स्प्रिंकलर से ट्रांसमिशन ब्रेकडाउन होने की समस्या ज़्यादा आने लगी थी, जिससे वाटर स्प्रिंकलर की उपलब्धता भी लगभग 40% तक पहुंच गई थी। दूसरे शब्दों में कहूं तो इस पुराने प्रोसेस के अनुसार हमारी अवेलेबिलिटी में लगभग 40% की कमी आ गई थी। इन समस्याओं से गई थी। दूसरे शब्दों में कहूं तो इस पुराने प्रोसेस के अनुसार हमारी अवेलेबिलिटी में लगभग 40% की कमी आ गई थी। इन समस्याओं से निजात पाने के लिए हमने 2 उपाय किए। पहला, हमने पानी के फिलिंग पॉइंट की संख्या को माइंस के अंदर बढ़ा दिए, जिससे वाटर स्प्रिंकलर का एम्प्टी रनिंग कम हो गया। एवं दूसरा, हमने अपने डंप टॉप में वाटर रिजर्वायर बनाया और वाटर टैंकर को डंप के ऊपर वाले वाटर लोडिंग पॉइंट से पानी देना शुरू किया, जिससे वाटर स्प्रिंकलर का लोड फैक्टर कम हुआ। उपायों से हमारे उद्देश्य की प्राप्ति हुई, जैसे कि डस्ट को कम करना, डीजल कंजम्पशन की पर ट्रिप में कमी एवं वाटर स्प्रिंकलर की उपलब्धता में अच्छी खासी वृद्धि हुई।
Back to the PPT, please. And I would like to say that the dump top water sprinklers are only operational in the dry seasons, that is from September to May. In monsoon season, we usually cover it up, and by this, as you have seen in the video, we have reduced the diesel consumption in per liter per hour, reduced diesel consumption. All these benefits achieved just only because we reduced the duty factor of the water sprinkler by traveling it from up gradient to down gradient. Thank you very much.
थैंक यू। शासन पावर लिमिटेड। डस्ट सप्रेशन एक समस्या है इस क्षेत्र की, जिससे आपने अपने प्रेजेंटेशन में एक वीडियो के माध्यम से अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन किया है कि जो डस्ट सप्रेशन को कैसे मैनेज कर रहे हैं हम। गुड प्रेजेंटेशन, थैंक यू। Our fifth and last author is from Nigahi OCP, Mr. Sindur, regarding OBR dump plantation, the needed change in MOU with Messrs. MPRVBN. Please proceed.
Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. Respected Chairman, Co-Chairman, sir, Area General Managers from different projects, delegates, seniors from other subsidiaries also, and my colleague, new MT Urvashi, who has prepared the presentation. This paper is on OBR dump plantations and the needed changes in MOU with MPRVBN, just to increase the rate of growth of plantations. Just to have an overview, coal companies have not only effectively met the energy demand, but they are also sensitive to environment. Afforestation is a proven way of restoration of damaged lands, minimizing the footprints of coal mining, prevention of soil erosion, stabilize the climate, preserves the wildlife, enhances the quality and watersheds. This is another view. Coal India Limited has set up a target of plantation of 6,800 hectares planned over the next 5 years. This is a commitment to the ministry, and major chunk is going to come to NCL because we are the most OB producing company. Present status and constraints. NCL is having the largest OBR handling due to high stripping ratio of 4.5 in the coming years. That is exactly more than 500 million cubic meter of OB will be producing the next coming years. And this needs to be technically and biologically reclaimed at larger slopes also. Presently most, that is 90% of plantations are being done by MP Varanasi or the Uttar Pradesh Rajya Van Vikas Nigam for MP and UP projects respectively. The MOUs are signed yearly on a target plantations of each mine. In the past many years, there has been hardly any major changes in the bill of quantity in the MOU. And the bottleneck at the project to go for a different varied diversification of plantations, we do not have any agents, and even if we call for agencies, they are charging exorbitantly. So as we increase our mining activity, mass felling of trees is going to happen in the coming years. Nigai itself will be felling around 300 hectares in the next 2-3 years for its mining activity. And the satellite imagery data which everyone, the government views, is capturing, that will show a reduced greenery in the area if we don't plant enough trees or grow by it. With limited dump scarcity, in most of the mines there will be limited dump scarcity. This is going to put pressure on the management to add more trees. How can we do it? That is the question. Just going to what we have in the bill of quantities with the MPRN, I don't know, I didn't have a look at UPRN, but this is what the bill of quantity contains. Growing samplings in nursery for 6 to 12 months. What we need is to grow for 2 years, saplings of 2 years can be really make change in the growth rate of plantations. Further, sir, nursery also needs to be visited because there are infrastructures in nursery, but it is not adequate. It needs to be revisited. Every mine has a nursery, but things are not going good there. We need to create an infrastructure either through the MPVRN itself or we can assist them in doing so. Step making terracing is done manually. Labor deployment is again mass labor deployment is being done that period. Can we have some smaller equipments and do the terracing work through them only? MPVRN we can have a dialogue with them. Planting saplings during monsoon, we do it normally 2.5 to 2.5 by 2.5 meters. That costs 2,500 per hectare. Can we go for a higher one? 1.5 by 1.5 meters. Instead of the Miyawaki plantations, species are difficult for Miyawaki plantations. But if we go for 1.5 by 1.5 meter, that will roughly on 3,500. We will be creating more carbon sinks in the same limited area. If we put more plantations. Again, pit digging is done manually. Can we try and customize smaller equipment? We can go for it. Nutrients, we usually quote them DAP, urea, etc. 15 grams, 2 times dosing we do. Can we have some natural and chemical mix vermicompost? Presently, we have a 5-year maintenance. 5 years hardly the plants, some of the species don't grow that well. So, what our suggestion is that we should have a 10-year maintenance contract. Again, replacement, there is no real monitoring system whether they are replacing or not. We should have a stronger replacement strategies. How do they do it? Inspection, we do it on our own, but that is more, if we have a third party monitoring on this, we should have some third party will monitor the plantations, the replacements, what they are doing. Choice of plantations. The choice of plantations is left to the MPVRN mostly. There are 3 categories, general categories, and the fruit bearing categories and the medicinal plants. There are 3 categories, and we should have some technical background to do this. We can have a consultation with FRI, etc., and get the better plantations, better quality of the plants we can go. Again, we do not have anything for use. There is a mention that we should use topsoil. Sometimes topsoil, the lead of the present contractors, we cannot ask them to really put the topsoil at the required places. So we can have that at least, and we can have a contract with MPRN. You can take this topsoil by smaller equipments to the places. We don't have in that contract. Making soil more fertile, that what is vermicompost and other measures we can take. Grassing works also we should take up. We have started taking grassing work. Drip irrigation wherever possible. Drip irrigation if possible. There should be it should be mentioned in the MOU how we can do it. We should have separate estimate for that. Reshaping of benches wherever needed or minor rain cuts. There are many minor rain cuts and our equipment may be not approachable. We can have smaller equipment and get the reconstructed. Hiring water tankers for drier seasons. We can hire water tankers to spray the saplings. Another additional amendments need to be covered in the bill of quantity maintenance for 10 years, instead of 5 years, more mixed species, fruit bearing to attract fauna, artificial ponds for the birds to nurture, increasing 1.5 by 1.5, better nursery, better saplings, 2-year grown plants, These were the key suggestions of the FRI for successful plantation. We had tried FRI for some areas, 5 hectares we had tried. They had given some suggestions for going for hydro seeding, for geotextile coir mat and jute mat wherever possible. Emphasis on leguminous plant species, these were using khair, babul and series, which we are now using. Fast growing tree plants, long lived trees, for generations it can grow. Large leaves and white crowns, native species, low maintenance, disease resistant species. These are the ways we should pick up. This I got it from Kerala Forest Research. Bamboo is one of the most productive and fastest growing plants in the plains. The fastest growing species among the bamboo may grow up to 1.2 meters a day. This unique growing capacity makes bamboo a valuable sink for carbon storage. We had done in 52 hectares, and since this is regenerative, this is a very good adaptations for getting more carbon sinks quickly. A case study of Nigahi OCP, where we had done a reclamation ecological restoration techniques at Madhwani Dam. This is Madhwani Dam facing our external dam. The experience in the financial year 21-22, the area witnessed a heavy rainfall, and about 3 benches had collapsed during that rain. So there was no approach to that. Our project officer had taken all the pains completely for 6 months. This work was carried out, and all the benching work, all the 3 benches were covered. Proper benching, these were the immediate works they had taken to recourse the water and stabilize the bench slope, arresting slow flow of silt. Further, these works were carried out. Stabilization by biological. So, after that, divisional manager MP Varan was contacted, and he was asked to make a study on this and what can be done. So we had a small MOU with MP Varan for this, especially this area. So this agreement costs around 98 lakhs rupees. This is a 3 years contract. 8 hectares plantations was to be done. 2.56 hectares we had allowed for drip irrigation, and in that 2.5 hectares we could do 1.5 by 1.5 meter closer species of plantations, providing water tankers for drip irrigation using topsoil and vermicomposting. This was the basic agreement that we concluded, and the work is going on. Drip irrigation, they are already started. They made these water tanks on the top of the dump. There are issues of head, and still we are working on it. This technology is done on a pilot basis and can be extended to other areas where tanks on the top of the dump or the benches could be done. Following suggestions were put up. These already covered topics: provision of drip irrigation, judicious use of topsoil, plantations during monsoon, administration technology requirements. Every project should have 1 or 2 forest supervisors for skill improvement. The forest supervisor almost, there are a number of vacancies in each of the projects. There should be a third party audit, as I already said, measurements accuracy. How can this plantation measurement accuracy can be done, whether it can be done by drones or not, that should be probed. Records of nutrients additions, we do not really keep these proper records. How can we can go for a GPS based pictures and keep the records. Strengthening of environment department. Finally, before I conclude with this workload tree, what we can do: technical improvement, transparency, coal sink, commitments at faster rate, mitigating environment concerns. This will be the main. Before I say thank you, some pictures of Nigahi. This is the bamboo plantations, green belt. eco park which has been developed. This is the colony, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Sindur Saab. Tremendous job has been done by the Nigahi project regarding environmental control measures. He explained in very detail the technical and biological reclamation of the benches towards Modwani Dam, and the different issue rises in Madhya Pradesh Van Vikas Nigam regarding BOQ. He deliberated very nicely. Thank you. Now we start question answer session for our four authors on the dais.
हाँ, सिंदूर साहब से एक क्वेश्चन है कि सर निगाही का जो बैंक या पोस्ट ऑफिस के आसपास का एरिया है, जो भी माइन में काम करता है उस रूट से कम 4 बार गुजरता है। इधर आप 1-2 साल में देख रहे हैं कि करीब 5 आम का पेड़ बड़ा सूख गया। इसके क्या कारण हैं? दूसरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि सर आप माइन में जो पेड़ लगाते हैं तो क्या बर्ड्स का केयर करते हैं कि ये बर्ड्स इस पे बैठेगा कि नहीं, ये लोकल ट्री है कि नहीं है? जैसे आपने इक्लिप्टस लगा दिया तो बर्ड्स को खाना कहाँ से मिलेगा? पेड़ जो वहाँ पे लोकल प्लांट है वो ग्रो करना चाहिए। तो इसके बारे में आपका सुझाव चाहूँगा कि आप क्या सोचते हैं?
हेलो सर, जहाँ तक बर्ड्स के लिए तो मैं बताया था कि वी शुड बी क्रिएटिंग वाटर बॉडीज इनसाइड द डंप कहीं ना कहीं, और दूसरा है कि फ्रूट बियरिंग होने से बर्ड्स ज़्यादा आते हैं। दे नीड वाटर एंड फूड फॉर बोथ ऑफ देम। दिस इज जहाँ तक आम की बात है सर मैं देख लूँगा, बिकॉज आई एम नॉट स्टेइंग इन निगाही कॉलोनी, आई विल लुक इनटू दैट।
नहीं, मैं यह इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ सर कि इसमें एक लेसन लर्निंग है। आप देखेंगे कि अप्रैल महीने में जो लोकल यहाँ के ट्राइब्स हैं उसके बार्क को छीलते हैं, तने को, छाल को छीलते हैं। इसलिए छीलते हैं, छील कर ले करके उसको उबाल कर पीते हैं, क्योंकि वो एंटी इन्फ्लेमेटरी है। उनका यह मानना है कि हम अगर अप्रैल महीने में इसको पी लेंगे तो आने वाले गर्मी के महीनों में लू नहीं लगेगा। तो पेट सूखने का मेन वजह यह है कि जो किसी के बाउंड्री में नहीं है, जो पब्लिक प्लेस पे है, उसके छाल छील दिए गए और क्रमशः वो सूख गए। तो मेरा सुझाव ये है कि या तो उसको बचाने का सबसे अच्छा तरीका है कि उसके ऊपर एक ग्रीस या पेंट लगा दीजिए सबसे कम खर्च में, ताकि वो उनके यूज के लायक ना रहे। क्योंकि एक 40-50 साल का आम का पेड़ अगर सूखता है, और एक नहीं, आप देखेंगे कि काउंट करेंगे 5-6 सूखे हैं, सिर्फ इसी रीजन से सूखे हैं। या उसके ऊपर एक फाइबर का सीट लगा दें ताकि अगर किसी को ज़रूरत भी हो उस छाल का तो उसके अपर जो जहाँ ब्रांचेज हैं उसको छीले। मेन ट्रंक को छील देंगे तो फिर ट्री खत्म हो जाता है सर। तो चूँकि आप इस विभाग से जुड़े हुए हैं, पेड़ सूखता है, सूखा हुआ दिखता है तो दुख होता है।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू संजीव कुमार साहब। लेकिन ये आप क्योंकि निगाही मेरे थे पहले भी मेरे को बता दिए होते तो आई वुड हैव टेकन कि एमपीवीआर क्या क्या कर सकता है इसमें, उनसे भी सलाह लेके हम लोग कुछ करते हैं। और ज़रूर आपकी सलाह सर आँखों पर रहेगी, हम इसको देखते हैं क्या कर सकते हैं।
सिंदूर सर, मनोज अग्रवाल SECL से थोड़ा एक चीज़ बोलना चाह रहे थे। थर्ड पार्टी ऑडिटिंग के लिए रिकमेंड करने का बात पे कि जो लगाने वाली बॉडी है या वो यूपी फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट है या MPRVVN है, सरकारी संस्था है, और हम लगवाने वाले हम भी PSUs हैं अर्ध सरकारी। तो थर्ड पार्टी ऑडिटिंग का मुद्दा जो स्टेट पोल्यूशन कंट्रोल बोर्ड से उठाया जा रहा है उसकी कोई बहुत विशेष आवश्यकता महसूस नहीं होती है। इसके ऊपर में अभी MOF ने बोला है कि GLIS गवर्नमेंट लैंड इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम पोर्टल पे आपका प्लांटेशन रिफ्लेक्ट होना चाहिए। तो जब उसके ऊपर में ये रिफ्लेक्ट भी हो जाएगा तो ये जो थर्ड पार्टी काउंटिंग का कोई औचित्य रह नहीं जाता। नंबर एक बात। नंबर दूसरी बात कि जो स्पेसीज लगाए जाते हैं वो SFRI, TFRI, FRI इनकी स्टडी के बाद में जो रिकमेंडेड स्पेसीज हैं ओबी डम के ऊपर में, तो ओबी डम की जो भी क्वालिटीज हैं फिजिकल केमिकल कैरेक्टर वगैरह लेके सॉइल के, तब वो रिकमेंड किए हुए हैं, उसके हिसाब से ये लोग लगाते हैं। देन फर्दर फिर स्टडी की अगर और कोई ज़रूरत है तो उसका भी औचित्य, क्योंकि एक बार ये कर लिया, हाँ ठीक है, टाइम टू टाइम सॉइल कंपोजिशन में फ़र्क आ सकता है, तो ये स्टडी करके ही लगाए जाते हैं।
एग्रीड सर। थर्ड पार्टी सर इसलिए ऑडिट है, हमारा जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, हमारे पास जितने एनवायरनमेंट ऑफिसर्स है, फॉरेस्ट सुपरवाइजर्स है, उनसे पूरी काम नहीं हो पाती, इसलिए थर्ड पार्टी इज़ एसेंशियल। पता नहीं यहाँ के एनवायरनमेंट ऑफिसर्स एग्री कर पाएंगे कि नहीं कर पाएंगे। अभी तो वो फॉरेस्ट सुपरवाइजर भी एक्सटेंट स्पीसीज़ हो गए, कोई मिल नहीं रहा है हम लोगों को, तो उनका जो ज्ञान है उनके साथ चला गया, वो कितने वर्मी कंपोस्ट डाले, कितने DAP डाले, ये हिसाब किताब रखने वाला नहीं है। तो बिकॉज वी लैक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर देयर कुड बी ए थर्ड पार्टी नॉट नेसेसरी कोई गवर्नमेंट बॉडी हो, हम लोग को सहयोग मिलेगा उससे, थर्ड पार्टी ऑडिट से। वी आर डूइंग द राइट थिंग। टोटली वी आर डिपेंडेंट ओनली ऑन फॉरेस्ट सुपरवाइजर्स। तो विद दैट इंटेंट आई हैड प्रपोज, नॉट ऑन ऑडिट पार्ट कि हम लोग सही कर रहे हैं कि नहीं, हम लोग दोनों मिलके सही कर रहे हैं कि नहीं, कहीं ना कहीं थर्ड पार्टी ऑडिट होना चाहिए। दैट इज़ द रीज़न वाई दैट वाज रिकमेंडेड।
सर एक क्यूरियोसिटी है, चूँकि इन्वायरमेंट के आप हैं और इन्वायरमेंट के बहुत सारे जैसे SCCL के भी लोग हैं, हम लोग लाखों लाख पेड़ लगाते हैं सर हर साल में अपने कंपनीज में, पूरे कुल इंडिया में, और कार्बन क्रेडिट एक टर्म है और उसके आधार पर हमारी बहुत सारी चीज़ें आज के तारीख में डेवलप होकर आ रही हैं मार्केट में। तो क्या हम उससे कुछ कार्बन क्रेडिट जनरेट कर पाते हैं अपने इस प्लांटेशन के माध्यम से?
डेफिनेटली सर, देयर आर वेरियस फिगर्स, बट 50 टन पर हेक्टर बोलते हैं कि कार्बन क्रेडिट मिलता है हमको। उसके बेसिकली दैट इज़ अ कार्बन सिंक। 50 हेक्टर्स में प्लांटेशन करने से 1 हेक्टर प्लांटेशन करने से 50 टन्स का मिलता है हमको कार्बन क्रेडिट। दैट इज़ दैट्स व्हाई CIL हैज़ टेकन 6800, ये गवर्नमेंट मिनिस्ट्री से मिला है कि इतना प्लांटेशन कर दिया, आपको इतना कार्बन का रिड्यूस करना है।
अभी तक कोई डेटा है सर हम लोग पास में अपने CIL के तरफ से?
नहीं, 6800 का ही डेटा है वही प्लांटेशन का।
ओके।
Any more questions? Okay, thank you sir. तो हम इस सेशन को यहाँ कंक्लूड करते हैं। To sum up, this session regarding environment management and solutions to mitigate the pollutions was very interactive session. इसमें फर्स्ट में श्री नवीन प्रसाद जो BIT मेसरा थे, he deliberated regarding the how to contain the dust pollution and take the help of modeling to contain it, and to emphasize where to really make an effort to contain the dust pollution, and it was a very good presentation. Second presentation was regarding monsoon preparation by Sasan Coalfields. That was regarding the dangers and the difficulties being in the monsoon, being faced in monsoon, and how to plan it in advance so that the unhindered and without any danger production can be done. Third paper was presented by Sasan Coalfields regarding the haul road, how to contain the dust suppression by HEMMs on haul road, and it was a very novel idea to how to locate the tanks and from a fleet which is getting older, and how we can and इसका availability is also getting down. So by properly locating the tanks, how we can really mitigate the dust and take the maximum make the optimized use of the available fleet. And last but not least, OBR dump plantation and the regarding changes in MAU. Some of the points were really very good, like third replacement monitoring, monitoring of survival by third party, choice of plant species, and it was a very good session by Mr. Sindhu. Thanks to all. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, sir. Here comes the end of forenoon session of day 2 of ICOMS 2022. I thank Chairman sir, Co-Chairman sir for conducting this session. I also thank the speakers for coming here and giving their valuable inputs in this session. The session was about environment management, conservation and sustainable solutions for open cast mines. Now I request Chairman sir and Co-Chairman sir to please present the memento to the speakers. First of all, I request Naveen Prasad sir to please come up and receive the memento. The paper was about characteristics of annual dust pollution in Singrauli. I request all of you to please put your hands together for the speakers. They have worked very tirelessly on their subjects. The next paper was about monsoon preparation in Sasan coalfields. The paper was presented by Mr. Aditya Kumar Verma. The next paper redefined the technical roadmap for haul road dust suppression. The paper was presented by Mr. Amit Kumar. The last paper on OBR dump plantations was from Nigahi project NCL. The paper was presented by R.B. Sindhu sir, and the co-author was Ms. Urvashi. Thanks to all the speakers. Thanks to Chairman sir and Co-Chairman sir. Shri Rajiv Singh sir is here. I request you to please come up and give memento to our Chairman sir and Co-Chairman sir. The session was very properly conducted within time, and we are now ahead of our schedule, and we are going to start the next session on 1:45 p.m. I request all of you to please put your hands together for Chairman sir and Co-Chairman sir. Thank you, sir. The afternoon session will start with the topic of opencast mining towards optimization and diversification. The session will be conducted by Shri Rajiv Singh sir, Area General Manager Bina, Shri Suman Saurabh Saab, General Manager CMC NCL. The session will start at 1:45 p.m.